Florida State and Mike Norvell putting a lot of focus going into the recruiting side of things, adding to their off-the-field staff. Florida State, if you think about it, going through Mike Norvell's tenure in Tallahassee, pretty bumpy road in some regard to missing out on some of their top targets on the board or losing their commits to other places at the last minute. And with this new addition, this should help. And Florida State overall, which we'll talk about later on in this video, putting a lot of effort into building a on the field staff and off the field staff to take care of these things. Hasn't been official yet, but Florida State is expected after an announcement from this person. Devin Riespress is coming to Tallahassee. He's likely going to be taking Ryan Bartow's position that he had at Florida State whenever he was here, of Director of High School Relations. Riespress coming from Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, but is a native in Tallahassee. Florida State trying to build what I was saying earlier into the recruiting trail a little bit more, definitely in Florida. You had Tim Harris Jr., that hire down there, building those relations, and also to what Florida State is trying to do all across the board in the state of Florida and the South, trying to revamp a little bit of this off the field staff. Riespress actually comes from Tallahassee. He played running back at Rickards High School and Bethune-Cookman. He actually coached too at programs like Rickards, Godby, and Gadsden County. He coached former FSU players in Daryl Jackson and Joshua Farmers, where the team reached the state semifinals there. During his time at Colorado, he worked alongside Deion Sanders as the Assistant Director of Player Personnel and High School Relations. He helped the Buffaloes sign 5 blue-chip prospects, including 5-star quarterback Julian Lewis, which was a big snag there for the Colorado Buffaloes. He played a pivotal role, too, in Colorado's 40th ranked class per 247 Sports in the 2024 cycle. But like I said earlier, has a lot of ties here, of course, into Tallahassee. He was at FAMU as well as the Director of Recruiting in 2022, and he was instrumental in helping the program secure one of the top recruiting classes in the FCS. He also contributed to FAMU's SWAC championship and HBCU Celebration Bowl victory in 2023. Just the experience, though, on the recruiting side of things is massive here for Florida State and Riespress and what he's going to bring to the Seminoles. Just the ties to the high school football scene is big here in Florida. His ability to connect with the high school coaches and players should hopefully be able to give Florida State an edge and recruiting some of this top talent, because you know how much there is in the state of Florida. Florida State wanting to do better there and the South side of the state, but also to what they want to do in North Florida and the regions around. A lot of talent in Florida. But this is now another addition that Florida State is making. If you think about it, Florida State has now made multiple hires in Gus Malzahn, Herb Hand, Tim Harris Jr., Tony White, Terrence Knighton, and Evan Cooper. And this now addition should help in a lot of regard into these recruiting relationships, which are big, and reaching with families. It gets your foot in the door in a lot of ways. Florida State making a pretty big focus on a way to rebound after that brutal 2024 season. But bringing that hometown connection should be something good for the Seminoles here. And we'll see what ends up happening whenever Florida State does make this announcement. I'm really intrigued to hear what Mike Norvell says about this. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe, give us a comment too about how you feel with this new hire for the Florida State Seminoles.